Okay, so it's been 30 minutes. What we're going to do is we're going to put 3 drops of the iodine in each of the tubes and see if there was a breakdown of starch. So if there was no breakdown of starch, we should see a dark, sort of a black, bluish color in the tube. So here's tube 1. So it's not necessarily a dark black, but it's kind of like a hazy gray color. So I would say it looks like there's a little bit of digestion, but not a lot. For our room temperature, or I'm sorry, for the warm water bath, this was 40 degrees Celsius. This is about your body temperature. We have a similar reaction, but lighter. I would say this one is a good bit lighter than the other one. I'm going to add just a little bit more iodine so you can really get a good picture of what the color is. I see a little bit more brown than the other one. And you can kind of see them side by side here. So the one that we saw initially has a little bit more of a purple color in it, and then the other one is a little bit lighter. And then the one that we had in the 75-degree water bath has definitely had more of a dramatic reaction, where it's actually pretty dark going in, because not a whole, well, none, no starch was actually broken down. I'm going to add a little bit more iodine to each tube so you can get a better idea of how much reaction occurred in each of the tubes. So you can see the lightest tube is tube 2. That's the one that was at body temperature. The darkest tube is tube 3. There was basically no starch digestion in the 75-degree water bath, probably because the heat denatured the enzyme amylase. And then you do see a little mix of both. The in-betweener was test tube number 1, that was at room temperature, and it looks as though there was some breakdown, but there's still some starch left in there. There's certainly more starch in there than there is in tube 2, and probably because the optimal temperature for amylase is actually body temperature.